welcome back to Better Living. We are joined by Gladys from Little Generation Daycare. We're going to talk about something that every parent worries about and has to deal with, and it's your biggest concern really when you go back to work when you first have kids. What are you going to do with your child when you go to work? So let's talk about Little Generation Daycare. What makes your daycare different or unique from other daycares?
What makes us different is the fact that we're a preschool, and our whole concerns and motives are to have them ready for preschool. So they're not just coming to be babysat.
Yes.
They are there and being prepared for the most important thing in their lives, and that's getting ready for school.
Well, and I think that for people who are about to have kids or maybe have infants who, you know, are just ready for this daycare process, they don't know, but it's a big deal now. I mean, school is, I hate to use the word competitive, but it is. School is competitive, and they are not just, you're not just learning your colors and your shapes in kindergarten anymore.
No. I mean, it's a real big deal due to the fact that the children start and learn more, and they pick up on all of the things that they need at this age, 2.5 and up. And that's where we start, 2.5, getting them ready. So having them in an environment with their peers to learn how to adapt is really important. But along with that, as far as just learning the basics of how to interact with each other, we start teaching them those ABCs and all of the different things that they need.
Let's talk a little bit about how to interact with each other and teaching them that. Learning that structure is important, isn't it? Because that's something that I think a lot of kids have trouble with when they first go to kindergarten, is learning how to sit still when you're supposed to sit still, and how to listen to a teacher, or perhaps sit at a table with other kids. All of that structure time, this is playtime, this is library time, all of those things. That's important, isn't it?
Structure is a really good word, because that is exactly what we are. We have a lot of structure there. And teaching them how to line up, we have our rules in place, and one of the very first things is walking feet,
yes,
listening ears, and you know, we use the signs and let them know. And it's amazing to see them after a couple weeks walking down the stairs and nice lines and holding on to the rail. They get it, and it's just amazing how quickly they catch on. And then we start introducing words like inappropriate, and the next thing you know, they're telling someone that's inappropriate. I'm telling you, it's really awesome.
That was a word that my kids learned really quickly. That was one I used.
Oh,
I have
you used that word?
3 boys, and then the girl's the youngest. So inappropriate was a word that I would use a lot, and people would laugh when you hear a 2-year-old say that is inappropriate. It's pretty funny. Let's talk about the rating scale that's used for preschool centers.
Well, the system has set up a rating scale of 1 to 5 stars. We are currently a 4-star center, and we're in the process of going to that next level and becoming 5 stars. What the rating system does, it tells you that you have staff there that have their degrees, associate degrees, bachelor degrees, and we also are fortunate enough to have a master's degree at our facility. And that sounds a bit much for a preschool, but the fact of the matter is, you know, the way things are growing so fast and all of the paperwork and things that have to be taken care of, it's what we need. It
is, and that just does even more in preparing them for that next step. They're not just learning ABCs and shapes and colors like we talked about. You're even introducing them to things like foreign language and sign language.
Right along with their ABCs, they start off doing signing. We have it right across the wall, and they see the A, they see the sign language. And it's natural, it just comes easy. Also, we're fortunate enough to have 3 Spanish-speaking teachers at our facility. I know the very basics, but the fact of the matter is that's what we teach them, and they learn to count in English. and in Spanish. They learn their colors in English and Spanish. So we're looking at 3 languages. You know, you've got your English, your sign language, which is considered a language, as well as the Spanish. And I mean, that's a lot for little ones. But guess what? All that energy is directed in the right way, and they're learning something.
Well, and that's the time to teach them.
Exactly.
That's when they're going to absorb it. It's so much easier than for me to learn now. This brain is old and I can't do it anymore. What do people need to do if they're interested? Do you have openings? Can you take students?
Right now, we have very few openings. We have a waiting list.
Okay.
It's based on, well, we have a grant. That's another thing that we were fortunate enough to have. We have a grant that has allowed us 155 kids, I believe it was. And then we also are a Head Start site through TPS. So we're excited about that. What you can do is come in and get an application, sit down with us. There's a scale you look at to determine, and your child may very well be able to come for free.
Okay.
At a 4-star center.
At that, you can't beat that.
Soon to be 5 stars.
Well, come in, check it out, get on that waiting list and see where you go on that pay scale. Little Generation Daycare is a great place for your child, and they will get some great learning. Check them out online, give them a call today. We'll have you back to visit again. We'll be right back on Better Living.